Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. First of all, Happy New Year. This is the first video I'm filming in 2025 and it's actually crazy that it's already 2025. But here we are. The first video that I'm filming this year is my binder flip through. I didn't do one halfway through the year in 2024 because honestly, I hate editing these videos. The filming itself is not too bad. It's just long, but the editing is just horrible. But I'm gonna do this again. I can do this like once a year. That's okay. I can get through this. Also mainly because I want to see my progress in videos like this. So yes, here we are. I made some changes since my last storing photo cards video, and now I downsized a lot, and I already put a lot up on my Instagram. So if you follow me on there, you already know what I'm dropping. But this is gonna be the updated version, like obviously. I don't know why I said it like that. So yes, I'm gonna stop rambling and we're just gonna continue on. I don't know where to start though, but we're gonna start. So let's start with this small binder first. This is my twice binder. It's a Beyond the 6-ring binder, is that what it's called? Is this A6? I don't know. It's a 2-pocket. I got this from K-Town for You. So that's where you can get it. For my twice collection, I only collect 2 cards per era. So one for my 2 biases. I collect Nyan and Tsui. So yes, I start with What is Love. Then we have Summer Nights, Yes or Yes, The Year of Yes, Fancy You, Feel Special, More and More, Eyes Wide Open, Taste of Love, Formula of Love. This is the only thing that I'm missing next to the newest comeback. I think I've decided on which cards I want to try and collect. I've yet to look for them though, but yes. So this is the only card that I'm missing. Then we have Between 1 and 2, is that what it's called? Yes, it is. Then why don't I remember? Oh my god. Ready to Be. This is so bad. Oh my god, I did so good up until this point. So Ready to Be, and then With Youth. And so Strategy, or I don't know, is the album also called Strategy? I don't know, but that will go here. So yes, I still have a lot of pages left. If you've seen my other binder flip throughs, you know that I have more of these, but these have not changed since then. So I'm not gonna flip through them, also because those are not collections that I work on. I haven't opened all of them in months. Well, I opened them just before this video to see what's in there, which already says enough. So yes, so I'm not gonna show the other ones, but I do have more of these. Let's go on to the next binder. So this is my next binder, and my New Jeans collection was in here before. I used to collect Minji and Honey, and I bought this for that collection because these are also their colors, if I remember correctly. I stopped collecting them and I'm trying to sell the cards. So I put my treasure collection in here. I collect Jiyoon, and I just collect his album cards, and not all album cards, just what I like, what I can find. This is not like a high prio collection at all. So yes, I need a treasure comeback, like an actual album, and I also need them to come to the Netherlands, please. Let's go. So yes, that's my small Jiyoon collection. So next up we have this binder. I used to have Purple Kiss in here when I collected 3 members, but then I downsized. I still need to take this off because I do want to put this on another binder. So yes, I do have just a few cards in here, and there are oneus cards. Oneus is having a comeback in a few days, so that's exciting. My oneus bias is Seho. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I'm so sorry. This is my top 3, so Lido and Sion. I fell in love with them when I saw them live at, was it Music Bank? It was in Belgium. They are so amazing. Their performances were amazing, and I don't have any other words than amazing. No, no, they were great, and I was just in awe, honestly. And I remember texting my friend who was also there, which is also on YouTube, Yes or Yeji. At least that's their Instagram handle. I also think that's their YouTube name. I think. I remember asking her because I knew she's a wanna stan. Like, please let me know like everything you know about oneus. I need to stan them. And she sent me this file with all of the information about them, and yeah, it was a moment. I loved it so much. So I just have these cards, which I am happy with. If they, I don't think they're doing a. I don't know if this comeback is an actual comeback or if it's not a single. It's unclear for me at the moment. If they do have a physical album, I might collect a few cards, but I don't know yet. But for now, this lives here and I'm happy with that. Then I do have this Purple Kiss set in here, this ot5 set. I won this through a FanCo event, or it was a PR event. I don't know. It's a Make Store set from Gigiland. So yes. Then this I won through a FanCo. I won both the unit FanCo and the group FanCo for this event, which I wasn't trying out for either of these. I was just hosting a group order. And at that point, you couldn't say no to the event yet with Make Store. You can now, which I really like. That's super nice. So I won both of them. I'm not complaining about that. Never. I'm never complaining about winning a fan call. This was so amazing. They are the sweetest girls. So we have both of these sets from Cabin Fever. Honestly, I still think this is their best era. I love all of the eras. I really love Headway as well. But this era, so amazing. And these are the freebies that I got from my Purple Kiss group order joiners. These are the screenshots from my fan call. It's just so amazing. So yes, and I have some empty pages here. So yes, that was everything for in this binder. It's kind of like... It doesn't really have a purpose right now, but I'm keeping it just in case. Also because... I'm gonna tell you that in a second. Yes. So here we have the other B&D white binder. I just realized I never said that. These are the B&D white binders. I also got this from Kit and For You, and I like them for what they do. Like the fact that they are a layout with 3 and just the layout. The binder itself, I'm not as obsessed with them as I used to be, let's just say it like that. But I do like the way that they display my billlie collection. So I have this little thing. I believe this is something from the merch, but I don't remember exactly. And this is also the reason why I don't want to get rid of the other one, because this is getting quite filled at the moment. So I probably at one point need to make that my second billlie binder. But I might actually look into different 6-pocket A5 white binders. I haven't decided yet. That was just a thought I just had. So yes, I have my billlie collection in here. My billlie collection went through a lot for the past few years. I used to collect just Haram. I used to collect my top 3. Then I went to full group. And I stayed at that for quite a while. And then I believe it was... I'm not sure if it was just before their comeback with just 5 members, or if it was after that I downsized to just my top 3. But anywho, I'm here again. So my top 3 is Sua, Suyan, and Haram. Haram being my main bias. She was also an ult of mine at a certain point in time. But now I still love billlie, definitely, but not as much as I used to. And that's nothing to do with the fact that they went on a hiatus. I just think that while we had a long break from them, I found other groups to be obsessed with, which is not a crime, which is totally fine. And I think they just went like lower on my priority list, which is also fine. But we are here. Let me show you my billlie collection. So we have the first album, which continues here into the second album. And I decided to put these with the outfits together. And then we have these, and I try to alternate these. Now we go into Popping Sue era. Then we have the Village of Perception chapter 2. Is that right? Yes, it is. Sometimes I do remember stuff. Not always. So yes, I love how this fits perfectly. Yes, then we have Village of Perception chapter 3. I assume. Perfect. Then we have the ot5 comeback, or ot5 just with the 5 of them. And I collected just Haram for that. I used to have the full group for that as well. Memoir, side B, Memoirs of Echo Unseen. So yes, I just have that one page, which does make it perfect because then we go into the latest comeback, which is something with appendix. I know that because I thought, why the fuck would you call it like that? Appendix of All We Have Lost. Maybe I'm just... Maybe my English vocabulary is just not good enough to get that. Which is also... It could definitely be the case. So these are the cards that I currently have. At the moment, I'm only missing one card. I believe it's one of the Suyans. I can't remember which one. It doesn't really matter. I will be looking for that. And I believe I have 4 or 5 Haram periodic cards on the way. So yes, that's perfect. And... yes, we're not done with Billlie yet. We're gonna move into my Haram binder next. So here we have my Haram binder. Like I said, I collected ot7 at a certain point, so that's why I have this. And I do really like this binder cover, so I'm just gonna keep this for my Haram binder. So I also made this cover for her. And like I said, she was one of my ults, or like semi-ults at a certain point. So I have a lot of her pre-order cards. So we start with the first. Let me see. So just these two are for the Village of Perception chapter 1. Then we get into Collective Soul of Unconscious and Unconscious chapter 1. Whatever that means. So we go into that. Then we get into Popping Sue, I believe, here. Yes, so this is still the first comeback, the Collective Soul and Unconscious. Then we have Popping Sue era, and I believe I have either all of them or most of them. And then we get into Village of Perception chapter 2, which I do have all of them for, I believe. This was the first era that I got a fixed spot. So that's why I have all of them. And a few weeks ago when I was downsizing everything, I did look through this binder and I just couldn't get rid of them. Because even though I'm not collecting everything for her anymore, I also can't get rid of it because I do love these cards and I do still love her. So I'm just keeping it. Because I can keep this without continuing to collect everything. So yes, then we have Village of Perception chapter 3. I still had a fixed spot here. So yes, the pink-haired Haram era was so iconic. This is still one of my favorite cards. So stunning. I believe this is the Weaver set. Yes, the Weaver shop set. And then the, I just said it. Side B, Memoirs of Echo Unseen, I believe. So, still had a fixed spot. So, I believe I still collected the full group at this point. This is also so iconic. And, I think it was at the end of this era that I decided to downsize that collection. So that I do have all of them, I believe. Do not quote me on this. This page is for the latest comeback for the her periodic cards, benefit cards. Then, so yes, and then we have the merged cards. So we have Snowy Night and Popping Sue. I had these set up per era because I'm still missing a few Snowy Night cards and some units, I believe, from Popping Sue. But I probably won't ever get those because I'm not looking for them. So I decided to just put them here together. So yes, I also will never get the one card that I'm still missing here. So yes, I had this here, and then I was still missing one of these, so I just made it like this. This was already like this. I had to keep this. These are all merch cards. I am not 100% sure where they were from, but yes, these are some Japanese cards for their Japanese debut, and also some of these are pre-order benefits. I know this one is. This one is also, but I don't know about the others. Let me see if it says something on the back. No, I have no clue. And these are also some, I believe this is also from the showcase. I'm not sure. And these are just some random album, I believe. Let's see if it says on the back. Oh yes, so Season's Greetings. And then one, I believe this one is from the extra Season's Greetings, and these two are the pre-order benefits that came with them. I believe this is the fan kits. Let me check. I don't know. Was that? I don't know. This is the Wimyu benefit for the light stick. I wanted to get the light stick, but it was sold out so fast, so I did not even get a chance. And then we have the Season's Greetings, which were for last year, I believe. I don't even know. I believe they are doing one for this year. I believe they have an office themed one. I saw, I believe, Orang Xian talking about it on her story. I'm not sure. Like I said, some things I remember, some things I don't. So I did not join a group order for that. I love Billlie, but I don't have to. I don't really want to collect their non-album anymore. So then I have these because through my fixed spot group order manager, she quit hosting group orders for everyone. She just quit K-pop for most of it. I believe she's partly back, but she was one of the best Billlie group orders. Well, I mostly joined her for Billlie, but her group orders were so amazing. That's why I also joined for like 3 or 4, I don't know, I can't remember, rounds of fixed spots group orders. She also mostly did fan call raffles, so through her I got into one of the fan calls from this era, which is Side B, Side B, Memoirs of Echo Unseen. So I also have these, which are signed on the back. So that was so amazing. I'm still so grateful for her in general, but also the fact that I was able to have this opportunity. Yes, I'm gonna leave this. And this is from the Season's Greetings. I just put it back here because I don't actually collect bigger stuff. But I thought it was cute. So yes, that was actually everything for Billlie. Normally I go through my binders in order of their sizes. So I start with the smallest and I work my way up to the biggest one. But this year I'm gonna do it by group, as you can obviously tell. I do actually think that we already went through most of these smaller binders. So I just remembered, I forgot to tell you that I got this from AliExpress. You can just look up A5 binder, and this will most likely pop up as one of the first searches. And most of the times you can order a cover with it from the same shop. I don't really use A5 size binders anymore. Most of the times they don't really work out for what I want to collect. But in some cases, I still like them. So the ones that I have, I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do with them, but for now they're staying where they are. So we're gonna continue on with the next binder. So this is my next binder, and I just have 2 things in here. And the first thing is my rainbow collection. I show this every once in a while whenever I have cards for this collection. I don't really look for cards for in here. Most of the times I use the cards that I downsized before, but I don't really want to get rid of, so I put them in here. Or if I joined group orders, for example, for this Eve one, I joined the group order from the group order manager to try and get them into the fan call. I do like Eve, but not that much that I want to collect her, so I just put her in here. So yes, I'm just gonna flip through these. So this way I can just keep collecting the cards that I like, but not feel like forced or like obligated to collect all of the cards. And I also have a Polaroid page because I actually do really like Polaroid styled photo cards. I don't like them if that's the only thing that you get in an album, but I do like them as like an extra album inclusion. For example, Isna actually did them as we got the photo card and a Polaroid styled photo card, so I really like that. And there's an empty page. So yes, and then I have my Dayong wjsn collection. This is currently completed. So wjsn hasn't done anything in like a year and a half, if it's not longer. They did bring out a season greetings for this year. I don't know whatever that means. Probably that Starship just wanted some money. I also did see a little clip of itzy, I believe it was, saying that wjsn did not disband. But she didn't say anything about a potential comeback, so I don't have any hopes for a comeback in 2025, to be honest. I would love to, honestly. I would collect Dayong's album cards for that, definitely. So, but for now, I have her completed. So let's just flip through these. This was the last card that I needed to get. Plus some units, but those were easy to get. That was just on me being lazy. So yes, I also have her Jokomi cards and some pre-order cards from the last era sequence. So yes, that's just like, this is like a more like a retired collection. I don't know, but she retired herself in this collection, so yeah, I'm just hoping for a wjsn comeback whenever. Yes, please. Also, any of my white binders are just from Amazon. I just look for white binder and then I find the size that I like. I don't even know if my white binders are all the same brand. They are white, they work for me, they are sturdy. So yes, I just looked that up. The pages that I use are the Amazon Japan pages. I am not the biggest fan of them anymore. I don't like the I don't like the fact that it can move around, but most of the times it just stays. In this binder, I have actually all of the miscellaneous groups. So most of the other binders, well, I just have, obviously I have itzy left and aespa and 17. So yes, we will get to that, and all of the others are in here. I believe that's it. I might be forgetting something. I don't think so. So yes, I used to have 2 miscellaneous girl group binders, but now I just have 1, and I have some space to grow. So first is Babymonster. I have this in alphabetical order. So I have Rami, and I have some of her cards for the second album on the way. I believe I'm missing 2 or 3 cards, I think. So that's gonna go there. Then next up, I have some empty pages. I've set this up for illit. I am collecting Iroha, I think is the way you pronounce it. So I have 3 or 4 cards on the way, I believe, from the debut album. And this is a very low priority. I really like their music, so I just want her album cards. So whenever I see them for a good price, or if I can trade for them, because I am trading for the ones that I have on the way, I prefer that. So yes. Next up we have mimiirose, and this is one of my favorite collections, honestly. So I collect Yeonjae, Yewon, and Jia, with Jia being my main bias, actually being a semi-alt. So yes, I know I'm still missing Yewon's ID card. They are not easy to find because mimiirose is very much underrated and not that well known, sadly. So please stand mimiirose. If you have Yewon's ID card and you would want to trade, please DM me. I would love to. So yes, I also finally fixed this. I don't know if you've been here before, you know that these were all like at the bottom, like fallen down, because I was so lazy to not make them stick, but they are now stuck on here with washi tape. I don't know if you can see it here on the back, but I also put them in a sleeve in the sleeve, so it's now all looking so much better. That was their first album. The second album I also have completed. I actually have all of the album cards completed, so yes. Then for the third album, so stunning. I love this page so much. They look so amazing. This is where they changed companies and where they added 2 members. So I truly hope that mimiirose will not just leave or just disappear. I just really love them and their music so much. I met them through a fan call, through a friend of mine. She hosts group orders for most of the mimiirose events, and I do appreciate her as well because she's so amazing. I've talked about her so many times on here already, but yes, truly, I'm just gonna say this once, just to make this clear and to say like a big thank you to all of the group order managers that I've joined the group orders from, because I know how difficult it is and how much work it can be, and just thank you so much for helping other people out and giving them chances for fan calls, for example, or for special items, making it easier for them to collect. So yes, thank you so much for all of them. You know who you are, definitely. I've talked about a lot of group order managers already on here. Now I'm thinking about it, I might make like either a video or maybe a reel or maybe a post, I don't know yet, about the group order managers that I would recommend. I am located in the Netherlands, in Europe, so this might not be relevant for a lot of people, but yes, I might do that. I actually really like that. I need to stop yapping and I need to continue. So for Gia, I am trying to collect all of her cards. There is not a lot, but because they are so underrated and not well known, they are hard to find. So these 3 are all of the cards that I have for their debut album. Then we get into their comeback, their first comeback. It was awesome, I believe. Does it say? Oh, it was live. I believe awesome was their first. Yes. So awesome was their first album. Live was their second album. I have this signed, which is actually crazy. And this is still live. And then we get into the last album, which is called Ribbon. Yes, I still don't know how to pronounce that. So yes, I do have a lot of cards for this. And I actually have a signed broadcast. Where did I put it? No, I don't have it near me. I do have a signed broadcast, so that's actually crazy. I'm so happy with that. And then I have this Yawan page because I first wanted to collect just random pre-order cards from both Gia and Yawan. And now I mainly focus on Gia, but I don't want to get rid of these because she's just so stunning. I'm so happy. So I'm just gonna keep this page here. And next up we have Purple Kiss. I collect Swan. I need for Purple Kiss to come to 2025, honestly. If I could ask for like, no, 2. If I could ask for like 2 main concerts that I would want to see in the Netherlands in 2025, it's Purple Kiss and 17, definitely. Obviously also itzy, but they already went here last year, and I think they won't do it again this year. But for Purple Kiss, they are mainly touring the US and I believe also some Canada cities. I'm not sure. But I really, really want them to come to the Netherlands. I'm definitely going then. I might even get VIP tickets then. Depends on the venue and the prices. But yes, I collect Swan. I've been a stan since pre-debut and I'm just so obsessed with these girlies. That doesn't mean that I'm a better stan than anyone. I'm not saying it because of that. I've been loving them for so many years and I would love to see them live for once. Like I had those fan calls, I know, but just seeing them live, I just know that they are the best performers. So yes. I have her completed up until the last album. And I just have 2 cards here, which were my album pulls from the albums that I got in Korea. I still have to look for the cards. I just haven't. I just haven't been looking for any cards, honestly. And then we get into the pre-order section. Yes, I don't have any pre-order cards for the latest album. I don't think I joined any group orders. I think I said in my last sorting photo cards video that I did join any, but I don't think I did actually. I think I was mixing BXX and a headway for those group orders. So but I'll actually have to look into a template of hers and see if there are any that I like that I want to try and get, because I would love to have a benefit for that as well, because up until now I have at least one benefit per album. I even have 3 for her solo, so that would be amazing. So yes, that was Purple Kiss. Next we have Rescene. I collect one for this, so these are her debut cards, which is completed. And then we have their first comeback, which is Syndrome. I'm missing one card, one for the POVE card. I still have to look for that. So yes, these are the pre-order cards that I have. I currently have 4 more on the way, and I actually won the fan call raffle for the group order manager that I joined for one of the pre-order cards. And tomorrow, for me tomorrow, I will hear if I got into the fan call with Wani. So let's hope, guys. Well, I probably will be editing this in the weekend, so I will put it on the screen if I got in or not. So yes, I do want more pre-order cards for her. So yes, let's hope I'm able to do that. And I believe this is the last group in here. Yes, it is. My Triple S collection. This also went through a lot of changes in the past year. I started out with, I believe, a top 2 or maybe a top 3. I cannot remember. I do remember not knowing which my main bias was for so long. Nakyang was definitely in my top 2, top 3 for so long. But I also really like Soyeon and Harin. So yes. At a certain point I decided it was Nakyang. But I also decided I wanted to collect more. So I also collected full group at a certain point. Which was definitely a lot. So I also tried to collect full group during the Assemble 24 era. I never completed that. I actually sold most of the cards in a set eventually. And I first decided to collect definitely my top 2, which is Nakyang and Kotone. And then for some eras I would collect Soyeon. For example, for Lovelution, Nakyang and Kotone weren't in there, so I collected Soyeon and Nyen because I wanted to collect something for that. And then a few weeks ago, when I was downsizing, I decided to downsize this even more to just Nakyang. So this are all of her normal album cards. And I'm missing this one for the latest album. And then I'm gonna put all of the Object Music albums on here. So I'll have to change this around as well, because this was what they released before they decided to announce Object Music albums for the earlier releases as well. So I'm gonna have to make fillers for the Acid Angels of Asia unit, the Evolution unit, the Assemble unit, I believe, and I think that's it. I don't know. So yes, but I will do that at a certain point. And for Nakyang, I do want to collect some more because I do truly like her as a performer, as a person. She's just so amazing. So I just have random cards. I don't really have a plan for her, which is totally fine. I'm happy with everything that I can get my hands on. I joined a few more group orders for Visionary Vision, which is the same group order manager that hosts for Rescene. So yes, they are also an amazing group order manager, by the way, definitely. So yes, I now have some more Assemble 24 cards on the way, so I left space for those. And once I get those other Visionary Vision cards in, if we manage to pull a Nakyang for that, so then I will move these down and then put them there. Because these 2 Polaroids are the Polaroids that you can pull in the albums. But I didn't really like how they fit in with the album cards, so I just put them here. And then we have some of these cards. I'm unsure yet if I want to continue collecting these, but for now I'm just gonna keep them. So yes, and that was actually everything for this binder. So next up we have my aespa N17 binder, which is temporary by the way. But yes, for now we're gonna start with aespa because they are at the front. So for aespa I collect Ning Ning, and I basically collect whatever the hell I want. So I do definitely want to complete her album cards, but some of these are just so hard to find. So yes, I have them separated by era, but the cards are more like an aesthetic way than chronological. I still am not sure how I feel about this, but okay. So we have girls era. I do have them double-sided and in purple sleeves. I know it just screams aespa for me. These pages are from Amazon. I just googled I just looked up double-sided pages. So these were the ones that pop up. They are kind of flimsy though. They could be more sturdy, but they do the job, so it's fine. So yes, and the purple sleeves are the Titan shoot sleeves, if I remember correctly. So yes, we have My World era. And then we have Better Things. And then we have Drama. Some of these pages are my favorites. They just look so good. We have like a spread layout for this. Then we have Armageddon. I still need to work on this. I haven't been able to because itzy was having their comeback, or is still kind of having their comeback. They are still releasing stuff, pre-order cards like fan calls, stuff like that. Yes, exciting. So yes, and then we have first we have Hot Mess. So we have these, and I'm still missing the limited one. And then we have Whiplash. I'm in a few group orders for these, so I have a few more cards on the way. Then I have like non-album. I have this hollow page, which is kind of sad, but oh well. For most of these, I am not sure where they're from, so I don't know. So I'm just gonna show you. I do know that these are all Pink Christmas. I joined another group order for those, so yes. And this is a light stick card. I also know that because I put that one. Yes. So that was actually everything for aespa, for Ning Ning. I am actually unsure on if I want to keep it like this. I already mentioned that, but I also, it took me so long to get it this way. So for now, I'm just gonna keep it like that. Yes. Then my 17 collection. I collected Dino for so long, and I actually had I believe everything completed up until that comeback. I don't know which one it was. And then I decided that I wanted to drop his collection, and I sold some cards to one person, and I'm really happy that I was able to help them out, definitely because they were really appreciative and grateful, which made this a little less hurtful for me, because right now I'm going back to collecting Dino again. I'm actually picking up 2 more members. I was actually already talking about this in my storing photo cards video. And then I said I wasn't sure if I wanted to commit to collecting 3 members. But now I actually have a lot of Sunquan cards. Wait, let me find the box. So I actually have this entire box filled with Sunquan photo cards. So yes. Well, there are 1 or 2 Dino cards in here because I bought all of these from the same seller. I traded a few cards and I bought the rest of them for very cheap. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This actually came in yesterday, so crazy. Yes, so I'm collecting. Oh wait, where do I? Over there. I'm collecting Sunquan, Uzi, and Dino, which is Uzi, Sunquan, and Dino in that order. I will eventually set up for that collection. Right now, I don't really want to think about that. Because even though it's gonna look so good, it's gonna take me so long to do that. So yes. I am missing a few Dino cards. Like I said, I said a few, but I sold quite a lot to that one person. So I need to find them again, which I collected Dino before, and I know it's not that difficult to do. So yes, it's all gonna be fine. Why are all of these so crooked? So yes, I have some more Sunkwon and Uzi cards on the way from other friends that I traded with. So yes, and I already bought a few. I think I actually have this now as a duplicate. Well, yes, that's all fine. So yes, but this is what I have right now. And I still want to try and trade these for more Sunkwon and Uzi cards. But yes, and I have some empty pages in here. That's everything that I have in here. So there might be a video soon of me reorganizing my 17 collection, if I want to film it. So we have only one group left, but we are not even close to being done, because my last group is itzy, obviously. And since my last storing itzy photo cards video, a lot of you have told me that you really want to see my itzy collection as a whole. So here we are. This is the first album cards binder. I got this from AliExpress. I really need to update my Notion page with all of the stuff that I use for my collections. I already have a lot of things that I need to do on my to-do list. So I'm gonna add it on there, but I don't know when I'm able to change that. So we're gonna just get through these first. I start out with the itzy Polaroids, which you got as a benefit when you pre-ordered the itzy albums, because they didn't have an official album for their debut. So they added it in there, but because these are from their debut, I put them first. Then we have itzy, and we continue into the other 3 sets from itzy. Then we have It's Me, the 3 sets. We have Not Shy. Another page from Not Shy. And then the last one. Then we get to Crazy in Love. These pages look so amazing. And I had to put one set on the back here because it didn't work out. But it's fine. We can work with that. Then we have It's Itzy, the Japanese debut. I decided to start collecting ot5 for this a few months ago. So like a half a year ago maybe. So I still need to finish this. Yes, I do have a few cards on the way, but I am not sure which ones. But yes, this page is just so sad. And then we have Voltage, which is their first Japanese comeback. Because they released this like back to back. Also some of their best cards, honestly. Then we have Checkmate. Stunning. I still have to like cut up white paper to be put behind this. I haven't done that yet. We have Blah Blah Blah. I tried to complete this a while ago, but most of my Macquarie orders just got cancelled. So that's just sad. So I believe this is the only page that I'm still missing. So I'm missing these 3 cards because this is completed. So that's stunning. Then we have Cheshire. I decided to, instead of putting this in like album versions order, if that makes sense. Like all of the standard cards and then all of the limited cards and then all of the special cards. I decided to put them with the same outfits together. So yes. Same as with these. Here that wasn't possible anymore, so I tried to work with what I had. Then we get into Kill My Doubt era. And I put the Polaroids on the back, which works out kind of like this. It's weird with the bottom, but you can actually see them. So yes, then we have these sets. And these sets. So that was everything for this binder, and let's go on to the next album binder. So this next album binder is the same binder as the one before. I have this keychain which was from the Born to Be merch. I believe this is Cherryong's character. And in here we start with Ringo. I'm still working on this. So yes, this does look amazing. Oh my god. And this is just sad. Then we get into Born to Be. For Born to Be and algorithm, I decided to put them per member instead of all of them, because otherwise I would have lost so many pages. And this just works out better in my opinion. It also doesn't hurt. With the other layout, it would have hurt so much to not see Leah there. So this kinda makes up for that, kinda does not make up for that. I don't know how to say it. I hope you get it. So yes, I really need to work on algorithm. I have a few cards on the way from a trade, but other than that, it's just sad. And then we have Gold Era. Just missing this card. I haven't looked for it. I just sorted the cards, the phone box cards, and once I'm done sorting everything, I will put some cards up for trade and hopefully I can find a trade. So yes, this is still the same as it was in my storing photo cards video. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do with these, because currently I have this here and I don't like that. What I might do is oh, it doesn't really work. Oh, that sucks. Because I could potentially put the from the special edition, the Imaginary Friend special edition. You also got the special cards. I don't know how to say it. We have two versions of that, so I could add those in here and put one of these on the back, or I could just put these two on a separate page and just have a blank row. I don't know. I have not decided. So yes, this morning I actually thought and decided on that it is probably better if I put these unit pages at the end of the other binder, because it starts with It's Me and it ends with Come Right Out. So that's all in that other binder. I haven't done that yet because I only realized that I wanted to do that when I flipped through the other binder just now. But I will do that after this, if I remember. And then I will keep this in here because this starts with Ringo. So yes, and then we have the Born to Be units. And then the gold units. Plus this card, whatever this is. And then we get into the pre-order section. This is probably not gonna stay in here. I haven't decided on how I'm going to expand my itzy collection. I am getting more sets for this era because, like I said, they just released two more mixture roads, like a Venco and a Fansign. So I bought an ot5 set for both of those for myself because, you know, what is money anyway. So those will be added here anyway. And I am thinking about getting some more sets. Oh, I do actually have another set on the way from Macquarie Japan. The strawberry sets. I will show you the Rujin one when we get to that. But so that will be another full page of pre-order benefits for here. I know, I just love gold so much. Like I said that as well in my gold storing photo cards video. So yes, I don't mind having extra cards. Like I don't mind having extra itzy cards anyway. That was it for this binder. And I really need to get another binder for the next comeback, whenever that will be, because I don't think it's gonna fit in here anymore. So let's... Hello. So next up we're gonna do this little binder, this A5 binder. This is the last of A5 binder that I have. I currently am using, I believe, just two A5 binders. Like the normal A5 sized binders. This is from Itzy's Born to Be tour merch. And I have my extra non-Rujin pre-order cards. Does that make sense? I don't have any Yeji cards in here because she is almost every time just completely claimed in my group orders. And these are mainly the leftovers from there. So I have my Leah section. I do have a lot of Leah because I already decided to keep her cards last era, and I still had a lot of leftovers from the other eras, so I just put those in here because this started out as a little Leah collection. But now that I'm trying to collect more cards for them, I've decided to keep all of the other pre-order cards that I still need as well. So then we get into Cheryong. I had a card in here, but then I realized that Music Korea actually gave us too many ot5 sets. So I do actually have an extra ot5 set for Music Korea as well. I believe it was Music Korea. So I took this out because I don't need that Cheryong card in here anymore. So yes, and then we have some Yuna cards. So stunning. And I actually have more cards that I forgot about from both Kill My Doubt era and Born to Be, and I believe a few from Checkmate and Cheshire as well, from the other members that I just totally forgot about. So I will probably store that in here in my next storing photo cards video. So yes, this is just a place for them for now. If I've decided on what I'm gonna do, this is all gonna change, but for now they live in here. So up next we have my Rujin pre-order cards binder. This is so filled up. I really need to start my second binder. I've been putting it off though. So yes, let's get going. We start off with Not Shy era. They just have 6 cards, so this is actually completed. So that's actually crazy. I never thought I would complete this as one of my first. I believe it's actually the first Rujin pre-order era that I've completed. I know it's just 6 cards, but these 6 cards are so expensive, and I actually traded for most of these, so that's crazy. Then we have Guess Who. So I'm still missing a few cards here. And then I have this random page with Japanese related benefits. So I have not decided on what to do with that yet, so I'm just leaving them there. The next era is Crazy in Love. I have this ot5, I believe it's a Target set. And I love that it's just like the opening for this era, so I'm just keeping it there. And then I am still missing a few cards for in here. I'm not mad with my Crazy in Love progress at all. So yes. Then we have Checkmate, and Checkmate is also going pretty good. These cards are also more easy to find, or easier to find. So yes, I need these two. And these two are the harder ones to get. And so I'm just missing 4 cards for Checkmate. So that's doable if you just look at the number, not at what I still need. In Cheshire, I believe I'm just missing 2 or 3 cards, which are like, this is Barnes & Noble, so if anyone wants to help me out and try and find that for me, so please. And the other 2 are Yizu cards. So yes, that's also going to be extremely difficult. But I am so happy with all of the cards that I do have, because other than that, I am completed. Just so iconic. And then we have Kill My Doubt. And Kill My Doubt era, y'all, this was a journey, and I didn't really appreciate the journey at the end. So just look at this, because this is crazy. This is all Kill My Doubt era. And the first few pages are completed, so they look stunning, amazing, cute, adorable. Yes. So stunning. And then this is still okay, still one of my favorite cards of hers, definitely. So this is all not too bad. This is amazing. We're going amazing. And then it started to go downhill. Then they started having Soundwave like at round 21. I myself stopped hosting at like round 16, I believe. And I stopped joining group orders at round 21. I joined for 20, and then I stopped at round 21. So we have 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and that's it. But That's it. That's a lot of rounds. They also did the Soundwave Japan, which had a different name. It's like QOO10, something like that. I don't know. They had 9 rounds for that as well. So actually they had like 34 rounds of Soundwave. So yes, also because a lot of people stopped hosting and stopped buying at the end of the era. Those cards are nowhere to be found, and if I do find them, one card is like 50 euros, and I'm not yet at that point that I want to spend that much money for just a pre-order card. So yes, never, I don't think I'll ever complete Kill My Doubt era, but that's fine. We have Born to Be era. I don't think I have this on the way. I don't know why I think I did have it on the way, but that's fine. So yes. Born to Be is not that bad. It could be better, but oh well. These are gonna be a pain to get. And then we have these Everline lucky draws, which I totally missed out on. I think these were like Japanese lucky draws, if I remember correctly. I don't know. But I do know that if they were just Korean lucky draws, I would have hosted for them or just joined the group order. But I somehow missed out on those, but that's fine. And then we have a gold era, and I stored these in my last itzy storing photo cards video. So yes. A lot of these is either at my group order manager's house. I joined for all the non-Korean stuff from my friends because she hosts for itzy non-Korean stuff and I host for the Korean stuff stores. So yes, I still need to make these fillers. And these are all Make Store, by the way, except for these. Those are a bit new. The others are all Make Store. I have this ot5 set on the way. So stunning. And this is probably my other favorite routine card. It's so stunning. And that's it. So I need to add actually 2 more fillers in here for the other 2 Make Store rounds that they announced. I tried out for the event call myself, and I hear also tomorrow, probably at the same time, if I got into that. So I will also update you on that while I'm editing this. So I truly hope I got into this as well, because I would love to meet Rojin one more time. If I do get in, if I don't get in, the other fan calls they will announce, if they do announce them, I will raffle them away, because that only seems fair. So yes, then I have a few bigger inclusions. I believe this is the Target card, and this was a Soundwave pre-order thingy. I don't know. This is the signed itzy shop card. Where is there something on there? Where is it? I don't know. I lost it. And then we have this bookmark from Cheshire. And this was the card from the limited edition. I just put it here. And this was also a pre-order benefit for one of these shops. And this was something that you got with the fan calls. If you bought so many albums, you got these thingies. This I won when I got into a fan call in Cheshire era, I believe. And then these were also benefits just like this one. So if you bought so many albums, you got these. And these were extra benefits just like these. If you bought 3 albums, you got 1 bookmark. Like that. So yes, that was this binder, and I believe we just have 1 binder left. So let's get through that one and then we're finished. Oh my god. I feel like I've been filming for so long. I'm starting to get hungry actually. So this is the last binder of this video. And this is my itzy non-album binder. And I am gonna expand this like I said before. I will try and give you more details, but I don't know the details myself. So yes. First off, we have the light stick section. Well, it's a little bit of light stick section. So this is the like first visual light ring card set. I'm going amazing. I've been filming for too long. Yes. I have only Rujin for the case card. I do want to try and find the other members for this set. I do think they are pretty cheap on Mercari Japan, if I remember correctly. And there is also a pop-up set for the for the version 1 light ring, so I might look into that. Then we have the light ring version 2. And I have the Rhythmuse set here, yes. And I have the JYP set on the way. And like I said before, I have the... In my last storing itzy quota cards video, I mentioned that I have the Rujin card for the pop-up on the way. And I actually managed to get the other members from Mercari Japan, so that's also complete. So this page should be completed. So this set is one that I got when I bought a magazine. So I just put them in here. I don't know, I've had them in here for so long. These are all of Rujin's Maybelline cards. I don't think I will ever expand these. I believe they did these at ot5 for most of them. So yes, but I don't think I will ever get those cards. Don't quote me on that. These are the Ultra Milk cards. I don't think I'm also gonna expand these. I just haven't seen them anywhere, and I think it will be very difficult. And these are some more random cards that I have. Some Japanese event Polaroids. These are from the Green World stuff. Is that what it's? Green Project. Think green. Okay, exciting. These cards are so freaking expensive, so I also don't think I will ever get ot5 for these. But never say never. I think I would be able to get ot5 for these, but then again, where would I store them? Like, how would I store them? I don't know. And these are the Japanese anniversary lucky draws, I believe. I don't know how easy it would be to get the other members. I haven't looked into that, but maybe that would work. This is a fan-made set. I don't think I will get the Bad Days cards for any other members because these are also freaking expensive. And I'm happy with just what I have. We have the Mitzi, like subscription, how do you say it? Official fan club. Why could I think of that? I already have ot5 for these, so and I will continue to buy these till the day I die, probably. No, till the day they stop. So yes, I have the first, the second, and the third, and they added so many for the third that I have another spread layout. And then in the second and the third, they added the IDs, so I put them in here. Then we have the tickets for the first generation and the postcards for the first generation. And this is from the second generation. We have the CSI stuff. I actually had ot5 for this. And then I couldn't get ot5 for, what was it? For this. No, not this. For these. So I decided to just drop this as well, which at that point it made sense. Right now I'm hating myself. But what's new? No, that's a joke. So we have the CSI stuff. I really enjoyed this show on YouTube. It was so amazing. I might actually rewatch it soon. So these are all of the special cards, and then these were all of the trading cards. I still have quite some of these for the other members, so I'm gonna try and collect ot5 again. And these are the playing cards, so that's just gonna stay the same. And then we have the trading cards for the Kill My Doubts era. I don't know what it was for exactly. I might actually try and get these for ot5 as well. I think it will be quite simple actually. And I believe these two are also the trading card sets, and the other three are more benefits, I think. Yes. Then we get into the season's greetings stuff. So I have ot5 for this. These are the actual season's greetings cards. And these are the these, and then this are the trading cards, but these trading cards are like nowhere to be found. So I just kept the Rujins that I had, and then these are benefit cards. for when you got, I don't know, merch. So with every merch item you got one of these. And then these were the benefit cards if you bought stuff from like 25 euros or more, I believe. I guess. I don't know what the limit was, but like that. Then we have the other season's greetings. Does it say 2023? So yes. And I think that these and these were the sets in the season's greetings, and then this set and this set were the pre-order sets, I believe. Not quite sure, but yes, I do have those. And then we have the season's greetings for 2024. They have the same name every year, and I honestly hate that so much because it makes looking for the cards so much more difficult. It's so freaking annoying because every season's greetings they have had is named Best Friends Forever, and I love that. That's cute, that's amazing, but please, JYP, why? It's just so freaking annoying. So yes, we have the last one, 2024. Did I say that just now? Yes. So I already have ot5 for all of these, I believe. So that would mean that I don't really need to look into those, which is so cute. I don't know, most of these came with like the merch items. I just know that these came with the magnets. I don't know where the others are from. So trading cards, I still have not looked into any of versions, and I really want to collect ot5 for these, so that will be a journey. So yes, then we get into tour / fan meeting stuff. This is the Checkmate tour. I finally finished Routine's tour cards, and now I'm gonna expand this to ot5. So yes, I'm definitely gonna do the trading cards. That's like a theme here. The trading cards are probably easier to collect than the like special cards, like that makes sense. So I don't think I will collect ot5 for these. Definitely not these, because those were so expensive. So yes, then we already have ot5 for these, so that's perfect. These were the DVD cards and the Blu-ray cards, and then let me see if I can, no, I don't know. I think that these were the actual cards in the, does it say? No, either the Blu-ray or the DVD, and then I believe this was the Cater View set, and then this is the JYP set, I think. I don't know, not sure. So yes. Then these are the trading cards for the fan meet. So yes, I would actually love to have all of them because these are so cute. Not doing these for that. And then for Born to Be tour, I would actually do love to have like ot4, but because this was just with the four of them, for these. But then again, I don't know how I would store these. I will have to look into that, but I do want to try and get all of the trading cards again for all of them. And this is like a random page. I still have to look into what I can collect for these. I tried. There's not a lot for this merch, I believe. So yes. But for the others, I don't know. I won't be collecting ot5 for these because these are truly expensive. If you know anything about K-pop collecting, not specifically for itzy, these cards can be so freaking expensive for any group. So yes, I'm not gonna do that. And then we have the bigger inclusions, which I don't really collect bigger inclusions because I really don't like storing them, because they just don't fit. They just don't. So yes, the only thing that I do really want is, I believe they did another one of these for the recent fan mate. Actually, did they? I'm not sure, but I will put that here. This is the only thing that I do really want to collect, because I don't know, this just looks so amazing, and I love to see how she has changed throughout the years, because I believe this was 2022, 2023, 2024, and this will also be 2024. Does it say? So yes, that's correct. So 2022, 2023, 2024, 2024. So yes, they probably will do another fan meet or something like that in 2025. I'm hoping on another world tour, but I know that won't be happening. Like, I don't know, but it would make sense for them to not do that. So yes, that was actually everything that I have. Let's see where we can end. Oh, I already know. Let's end here. So I've been filming for 1 hour and 27 minutes, which I think you would like to know as much as I do. Yes, it's been a while. I've been talking for a long time, and I really need to get started on, I first need to get lunch, then I need to get started on sorting out my K-Eddy packages, and then I need to get working on packaging my sales, and then I need to start sorting again. So oh, I also need to make dinner. So it's gonna be a busy day. It's already 1:15. So yes. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed watching this. If you have any questions about any cards or anything, any supply that I'm using, you can drop them down below. I will try my best to answer as quickly as possible, but just sometimes I forget about that. But I try my best. So yes, if you're still here, please drop the microphone emoji. I don't know. I think it's fitting. So yes, I really hope you enjoyed. I already said that. I also hope to see you next time, and bye.